Thank you for joining my session. I'm Victoria Holt, a data and AI strategist who has worked in the data and AI space for over 20 years. Today, I want to talk about something a little different, data literacy. That sits at the heart of every business, its AI ambition, every transformation program and every strategic decision we make. We're living in the moment where AI is accelerating the pace of decision making across organisations. AI is becoming embedded in everything we do, but it's also accelerating something else, the speed at which mistakes can happen. And that's why data literacy is no longer a nice to have, it's a business necessity, just like governance and enabling trustworthiness. This short session about data literacy for AI, not a technical skill, but as a human capability. There is a real risk that AI is seen as becoming too intelligent and we start to lose our analytical skills. The loss of those skills can stop us knowing what is correct information and we stop thinking. It's important that we as data teams work with the business on both technical understanding and people capability. Is AI making us less intelligent? There are many articles claiming this that have been surfacing over the last year. Is AI reducing critical thinking? Students are outsourcing reasoning, and workers are accepting AI outputs without question. These articles aren't saying AI is bad, they're saying over-reliance is bad. The real risk is that we take the output as truth and no longer know how to question that and validate the output. They are highlighting the need that humans need to be kept in the loop, and that skills we require are not only technical skills when using AI in our daily lives. Two pieces of research quoted in many articles are an MIT study and work that Carnegie Mellon University are undertaking. A new study has found that those who use LLMs like ChatGPT to write essays have lower brain activity than those who just used their own thoughts to write similar essays. In a recent study, researchers suggest that heavy reliance on AI tools can erode users' critical thinking and problem-solving skills, potentially making them dumber in certain contexts. And while Gen AI can improve worker efficiency, it can potentially lead to long-term over-reliance on the tool and diminish skills for independent problem-solving. I want you to imagine 3 scenarios to see if you can outsmart AI. Our first scenario is, which fact is fake? Octopuses have 3 hearts. Bananas are radioactive. The Eiffel Tower is designed by Leonardo da Vinci. Well, the correct answer is C, classic AI hallucination. For the second scenario, can you finish this sentence? The moon is made of. A human could say the moon is made of cheese, whereas AI gives a geology thesis. And the third scenario is spot the AI mistake. The capital of Australia, Sydney. The brain weighs 6 kilograms. Sharks are mammals. These are all confidently wrong. AI sounds smart even when it's not. AI is accelerating decisions and accelerating mistakes. AI systems can analyse, recommend, and act faster than any human team. But if the people using those systems don't understand the data behind them, the assumptions inside them, or the limitations around them, then the organisation is exposed. AI doesn't remove human responsibility, it amplifies it. Regulatory pressure is rising. Governments and regulators are moving quickly. I'm seeing new expectations around AI safety, transparency, data protection, auditability, and accountability. And organisations must be able to demonstrate not only that their AI works, but that it works responsibly, and that decisions can be explained and defended. Leaders need confidence in AI outputs. Executives are being asked to sign off decisions that are increasingly influenced by models they didn't build. They will need to know, where did this data come from? What is the quality of the data? Is it governed? Is the model trustworthy? Can we explain this decision to regulators, a customer, or a board? Data literacy gives leaders the confidence to challenge, question, and validate AI-driven insights. Data literate teams reduce dependency and increase agility. When only a handful of specialists understand data, organizations slow down, bottlenecks form, and innovation stalls. But when different teams across the business understand how to work with data, the organization becomes more agile, more resilient, and more capable of using AI effectively. Data literacy understanding is developing and changing as technology grows. It is understanding where data comes from, its lineage, questioning how AI uses it, knowing when to trust it, and knowing when to challenge it. It's the difference between using AI as a tool and outsourcing your thinking. I think of data literacy having 9 core elements, which I have grouped together. Purpose, value, and responsibility. These anchor data literacy in meaning, ethics, and organizational impact. The business impact and why data matters, why insights drive value and why decisions change, and why ethical and responsible skills are required. I have skills, behaviours, and ways of working. These are practical capabilities and habits that enable people to use data effectively. Having a growth mindset, curiosity, critical thinking, evidence seeking, growth orientation. Thinking ways of working with data, processes, workflows, experimentation, how you iterate, and using tools in practice. And collaboration, working across teams, co-creating insights and sharing knowledge. Communication, storytelling, visualizations, tailoring those insights to audiences. And change management skills, enabling adoption, influencing behaviours and supporting transitions. And finally, knowledge foundations. These define the understanding people need before they can act. Understanding data, what data is, data types, the sources, the quality, definitions, metadata, and what managed data means, like governance, governance storage, security, lineage, life cycles, also analytical skills. What analytical methods exist, what tools are used, and what techniques apply. I want to take a step back and talk about the human brain for a moment. Cognitive science tells us that when we automate a task, our brain stops practicing it. If we let AI do our writing, our reasoning weakens. If we let AI summarize everything, our comprehension declines. If we let AI make decisions, our judgments gradually become less effective. This isn't new. Calculators changed mental arithmetic, GPS changed spatial reasoning, but AI is different because it touches every cognitive domain, like language, logic, creativity, memory, and planning. Humans and AI can amplify bias if left unchecked. Data literacy is the antidote. It keeps humans actively engaged in the thinking process. How do we start questioning the outputs given when AI is used? The first question every AI literate person should ask is, where did this data come from? Is it operational data, public open data, third-party purchase data? Was it scraped from the web? Synthetic data? And crucially, is provenance transparent? If you don't know the source, you can't trust the output. Data provenance is the documented history of data, revealing its origin, transformations, and movement from creation to its current state, answering where, how, and by whom it was generated and changed. This builds trust, ensures quality, aids compliance, and enables reproducibility. It's essential for assessing data reliability, identifying bias in AI, debugging errors, and meeting regulations like GDPR. Data provenance is foundational literacy skill. If you have carried out research in the past, you will have already come across the triangulation methodology. Triangulation is how humans stay in control. It increases credibility, reduces bias, and provides depth. With the right governance, data quality, and literacy, we need to provide confidence in data and outputs, avoid single source bias, and model hallucination. Triangulation means validating an insight using multiple independent sources. It's the single most powerful defense against AI hallucinations. You can triangulate by checking with a second data set, asking a domain expert, running a different analytical method, using a second model, or comparing with actual lived-in experience. Another way to help business grow confidence in the data, there should be a modern data platform, good data governance, improving data quality, and using a benchmarking tool like Codex to measure success and keep us thinking. We need to have great data governance foundations with trustworthy inputs to have data everyone can trust, and AI governance with trustworthy outcomes and guardrails to have safe, ethical, effective AI. These skills of data governance, AI governance, triangulation, and knowing your data help in becoming a data literate researcher. AI can accelerate work through intelligent agents and automation, enhance creativity through generative tools, support decision-making with predictive insights, but it cannot replace judgment, context, ethics, our experience, and critical thinking. These are uniquely human strengths. Data literacy ensures we keep using them. AI should support human judgment, not replace it. AI godfather Yoshua Benghi has been warning that superintelligent systems could pose a real threat to humanity. He now believes we can fix this biggest risk. He has become more optimistic about humanity's future. His proposals, instead of building autonomous agents that act, negotiate, and replace humans, we build scientist AI, systems designed to understand the world, not control it. This shift prioritizes transparency over autonomy, curiosity over control, insights over action. It's vision where AI remains a tool, not a rival. We're in a time where AI is developing at speed, and we need to create adaptive ways to grow. So here is a practical checklist to help with questioning the root of data used in the business. Before I finish, we need to talk about skills and about how business needs to really understand the advantages of data literacy. AI is accelerating decision making, but it is also accelerating the speed at which mistakes can scale. If teams don't understand where data comes from, how it's governed, or how to validate AI outputs, the organization carries unnecessary risk. Poor data literacy shows up as bad decisions, rework, compliance failures, and AI projects that never deliver value because they're built on low quality or unknown data sources. In fact, Gartner studies show that between 80 to 90% of time is spent fixing data issues and not generating insight. The ROI of data literacy is clear. Faster decisions, higher trust, reduced risk, and a better use of modern platforms like Microsoft Fabric and Microsoft Purview. It's not a training initiative, it's a business capability. In conclusion, AI isn't making us less intelligent. Over-reliance is. Data literacy is how we stay sharp, stay critical, and stay human. It's not just a skill, it's a leadership capability. AI is a socio-technical system. The goal is for AI to augment human intelligence, not replace it. Thank you for listening.